I like to call Cripes. Come on, you got to be kidding me. One of my favorites, actually, of the show. I know a few other people's favorites too. But here's what we do. I try to tell at the end of the first hour, I try to talk about things in the world that aren't the way they're supposed to be, because we all recognize that reality. Things aren't quite right. And then at the end of the second hour, I try to tell the story about some people who are doing things that make the world right on. So we go from Cripes, come on, you got to be kidding me, to right on. And we live in a world full of both of those realities. So I come up with a Cripes and a come on, you got to be kidding me. And I'll tell you the hardest thing about this, I got Matt and Matt in here. I got a Grover and a Henry in here.
Sounds like a president.
The hardest thing about it is trying to go through them. I mean, I end up with a list by the end of the week. But my midweek, I'm like, who's got time for this? I need to run a 4-hour show. So here's what we got. And this one I ran across in the paper, which I have hand delivered to my house every day. Look, I am all for animal rights, but the folks over at PETA,
a little much.
People for the ethical treatment of animals, which I'm all for them. I think we should treat animals far more ethically than we do. In fact, I think we should call animals to a much higher standard. So I'm all for them. I got no problem.
Right.
But their new deal, they're trying to advocate on behalf of Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney Phil.
Is that a mosquito?
No, it's that little animal that pokes his head up out of the ground and decides if spring is coming or not. That cute that cute little guy, little Punxsutawney Phil.
He was the star of Groundhog Day. Come on, guys.
Yeah, he's a movie star. He's a movie star. Here's what they say. Animal rights groups want organizers of Pennsylvania's Groundhog Day festival to replace Punxsutawney Phil with a robotic stand-in.
What?
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals says that it's unfair to keep the animal in captivity and subject him to huge crowds and bright lights that accompany the tens of thousands of revelers each February 2nd in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. PETA is suggesting the use of an animatronic model. But William Dealey, the president of the Inner Circle of Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, the people that put on Punxsutawney Phil's appearance, says the animal is, quote, being treated better than the average child in Pennsylvania.
That's not a good rationale.
The groundhog is kept in a climate-controlled environment, is inspected annually by the State Department of Agriculture. And Dealey says that PETA isn't interested in Phil from February 2nd on. It's just looking for publicity. But look, this is the kind of thing that makes... Here's why it earns the Cripes today. Because as important as the work that PETA does, it all falls apart when you do crap like this.
Well, Punxsutawney Phil's agent is certainly not working for Phil's best interest. I mean, where is he?
PETA, Cripes. It's a groundhog that people cheer on. I mean, I can't even engage in the possibility. So the Cripes today goes to Punxsutawney Phil. Cripes, the Cripes runner-up today. Another character that pokes his head out of a hole. Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to say Tim Pawlenty.
Osama bin Laden is chastising the United States of America for its work on climate change. He's saying, look, you really should have signed the Kyoto Protocol, and you really should have been doing more. Like, he pops up and tells a story, and tells everybody, you're not in the U.S. You know what your real problem is? Climate change. I mean, how many grievances does this fella have? That's what I want to know. So he got the runner-up, and then PETA just came sliding in there and just knocked him out. Okay, so here's my come on. That's my Cripes. Here's my come on. Yesterday, I'm down there working at one of the rental properties that I own, killing myself. Parked out on the busy one-way street out in front of the property. In my van, I drive a 2000 Dodge Grand Caravan. But people, please don't think I'm bragging.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to make it hard on you. I walk out to the street, and I get in the car, and I look to my rearview mirror, on the driver's side, to look, to get ready to pull out. It's shattered. Somebody hit my rearview mirror on the left side of my van.
So you're looking for the note where they said sorry?
Yeah, I'm looking for the note. No. I was just like, because you know what those things will cost? I mean, I don't know what that's going to cost me. That's going to cost me there's going to be commas in that thing, I'm afraid, in that bill. It's going to be hundreds or $1,000, I bet. I bet it's going to cost me $1 million to fix it. But I look over at this thing, and it's shattered, and I can barely use it, and I can't, it's broke. And all I could think of was, Boy, I hope it was a biker. Hope it was a guy on a bike. Because at least he, at least that happened to him and he went heads over heel. But anyway, some guy hits my car, breaks my rearview mirror. I mean, not even like enough where I could go and get another car. It's just where I got to go drop $500 on a rearview mirror.
Right, just so you can change into the left lane better.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tell you, I look out there, and it's like, it's like a schizophrenic looking at the past. It's just all shattered all over the place. I can't see it. I can't make sense out of anything. And that's nothing against schizophrenic. Many of them are very good friends of mine. But Matt, you also had a story you were telling me about a car situation, which I think might really actually trump to come on. Yeah.
Well, I got a ticket for having a frame around my driver's license or my car plates. I should get it framed.
Now, after you said it, I realized you have this frame around there.
It says Burnsville Volkswagen.
Burnsville Volkswagen. And you got a ticket from the police. And this wasn't just a cheesy ticket like, hey, fella, stop doing advertising for your car shop.
No, this is like a $130 ticket. And
I thought the car shops put those on there for you.
They do. It's technically illegal. Like, you can't even have those park stickers or the change your oil stickers on your windshield.
And you promptly turned up at Burnsville requesting your $132.
You really ought to. This is a big story. We're breaking the story here. Okay, so you got this ticket, but then you said there was another cop there that was.
Yeah, I got the ticket from a parking, like meter maid deal, and there's a cop off duty, and this is in Dinkytown, and he's parked sort of the backwards way, and he pops his head out and goes, "I didn't give you the ticket. I want you to know." I said, all right. And I'm like trying to see if my tabs are on or if my plates are clean or whatever. And he's like, he comes out and we start having this conversation. He goes, I told the meter maid to move along and you're killing my clients.
Yeah.
That's what he said, clients. And
because he works for you.
Exactly. I like the way he said, serve and protect. And anyway, I finally figured out it wasn't my tabs. It wasn't the fact that my plates were dirty. It was the Burnsville Volkswagen.
Like she wrote that on there.
No, he had interpreted for me because it said it wasn't clearly, my plates were not clearly displayed. And I thought, well, they're not that dirty, and I've got my tabs on there, and blah, blah, blah. So he explained it to me. He said, yeah, technically you're not supposed to have the Burnsville Volkswagen or hook 'em horns or, U of M volleyball.
So let me just ask you, when he said that, did you let out a, come on?
Cripes, you got to be kidding me.
Did you give him a come on?
I just thought, I'm just glad I don't have a job and I can go down to the city hall and
fight this thing. Yeah, we're going to fight this here. Okay, so the Cripes, PETA, the come on, people that hit the mirror on my van and the person that gave Matt the ticket, that you got to be kidding me?
What's that?
And by the way, I had a person out fixing a furnace at one of my properties today, and the woman had to call into a service department, and they put her on hold. She pulls the phone away from her ear and goes, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, hey, you listen to the show? So I said, you got to be kidding me? Obama deciding that there's not enough money for NASA to both work on the space station and go to the moon. Canceled the moon project. We just found water. My whole life it's been about going to the moon. Now we're not going to the moon? You gotta be kidding me. Come on. All of humankind just wanted to go to the friggin' moon. Doug Pagitt Radio, religious radio that's not quite right. We're going to be back with Jeff Charlotte.
Hi, we're the Expo guys.